Hello everyone, today in this video I am going to deal with the third part of 7th chapter of first flight of class 10th. The title of the chapter is Glimpses of India and the subtitle is Tea from Assam, written by Arup Kumar Datta. So this third part of this chapter, Tea from Assam, is written by Arup Kumar Datta. This third part takes the reader to the tea estate of India, that is Assam. The chapter gives the detail of different aspects of cultivation of tea, as well as it also informs the different myths related to tea. In this chapter, in this part, we have two central characters. One is Pranjal and the second character is Rajveer. Pranjal and Rajveer, both of them are classmates. Pranjal's father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam. He has invited his friend Rajveer to visit the tea estates, and both of them are traveling by train. They are going to Assam. So now let's witness this journey, the journey of these two central characters of this chapter. Chai, garam garam chai, a vendor called out in a high-pitched voice. He came up to the window and asked, "Chai sahab." "Give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. They sipped an steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking too. "Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world?" Rajveer said. "Yo," exclaimed Pranjal, "tea really is very popular." So the story opens in a train compartment. As I told you in the introduction, these two central characters, Pranjal and Rajveer, both of them are traveling to Assam, and perhaps the train is standing in a station, and on the platform, as you might have witnessed, there is a vendor who is selling chai. He is shouting, "Chai, garam chai," and then he came on the window where Pranjal was sitting. He has given order for 2 cups of chai, and then he received his order, and both of them started sipping the hot liquid, that is tea. And then Rajveer has collected a number of facts about tea as he is visiting the tea estate of India, and he said that around 80 crores cups of tea is being drunk every day throughout the world. Then Pranjal exclaimed, and he said that tea is after all the most popular drink. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. So now both of them, they were traveling in train, and usually everyone in train, some of the people, all passengers used to indulge themselves in some or other activity so that they may not feel bored. Some read books, some look out of the windows, some listen to music. So here Pranjal, he was reading detective story, and it is said that Rajveer, even he was interested in reading detective story, but at the moment he was more interested in looking out of the window at the beautiful scenery which was there out of the window, and he was enjoying the less green vegetation which was out there. He could enjoy through the compartment of his train. So it is said that he has never seen such a lush green vegetation before, and therefore right now he was not lost in a reading book. Instead, he was looking out of the window, enjoying the soft green paddy field and different bushes. It means he was enjoying the green vegetation which he was able to see out of the train. It was magnificent view against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly row of bushes busily moved doll-like figures. So now Pranjal and Rajveer, their train has entered perhaps in the area where the tea cultivation is being done. So now it is said that against the backdrop, so now they could see the plantation of tea. Rajveer, he could see that plantation of tea. He was able to see that there was tall, sturdy. Sturdy, it means hard, strong. There was a hard and strong plant, and the same field had tiny tea plants as well. So sturdy, shady plants used to be there in the tea field of the tea. Why? Because it used to protect the tiny tea plants from the direct sunlight, and therefore wherever tea is being cultivated in the same field, a number of tall shady plants used to be planted so that the tiny tea plants may not face the direct sunlight, and therefore in order to protect the tiny tea plants from sunlight, the tall sturdy plant used to be planted on the tea plantation farm. So there he saw that there were tea plants arranged in a proper row. It was in a proper order, orderly rows he says, and there among that bushes, among the bushes of tea plants, he saw that busily moved doll-like figures. Doll-like figures here refers to the labor who are working there, who are plucking the leaves of tea in that field, in the field where tea was being cultivated. In the distance was an ugly building with a smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden, Rajveer cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, did not share Rajveer's excitement. Oh, this is a tree country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajveer said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Well, there's the one about Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day a few leaves or twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. So now, here in the first line, in the distance was an ugly building. Why ugly building? Why ugly word is being used? Ugly word is used because before this, in the last paragraph, in the previous paragraph, you have seen that the lush green vegetation was described. Rajveer can see the lush greenery out of the window, but suddenly he saw a building, a chimney billowing a smoke, and smoke is something which was disturbing the beauty of nature, of natural vegetation, tea and the greenery out there, and therefore ugly is being used over there. Billowing here means that to fill with air and move in the wind. So from the chimney, the smokes were coming out and that were polluting the area, and therefore ugly word is being used over here. So then Rajveer saw a tea garden. He became overexcited because he had never seen tea garden before that, and therefore out of excitement he cried, hey, a tree garden. But Pranjal did not share any excitement with him because he was born and brought up in tea estates only, and therefore it was something quite normal to him. And therefore he said to him that after all you are going to enter, you are in a state which is the largest, which has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. So Assam is the largest producer of the world, and therefore he says him that you will get to see acre of land being cultivated, and therefore you will find it no surprising. There are acres of land where tea is being cultivated. And then Rajbir said that as I was going to visit Assam, the tea estate of our country, of the world, and therefore I have made a number of research work, and he has come to know about various legends related to tea. It means various stories related to tea. Now what are that legend? He says, Pranjal asked him what legends you have come to know about. Then he said that there is a famous legend about a Chinese emperor. So that emperor, he was in a habit to boil water before drinking. So he always used to boil the water before drinking. So one day when he was boiling the water, then at that time what happened? Few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot. So what happened? Some leaves was there in the twigs. What is twigs? A small thin branch on tree or bush. So water was being boiled upon the twigs. It means the branches of plant or bushes. So there were few leaves in that twigs in that wood. So that leaves fell into the water which was being boiled by the king, as he was habituated to drink boiled water. So when he drank it, that water in which the leaves of the twigs has fallen, it gave him a delicious flavor. And this is how, according to the legend, tea leaves were discovered. Tell me another, scoffed Pranjal. So now Pranjal was interested in knowing about different legends related to tea. So he has narrated him the one legend, and now he said, narrate me the another legend. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditation. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. So now this legend is related to Buddhist. It is related to Buddhist religion. So it is said that Buddhist monks, they used to go under meditation, they used to meditate, and while meditating they used to feel sleepy, and therefore what they did, they used to cut their eyelids and throw it. So these tree plants grew out of those eyelids which were cut by those monks. And when they drank, the plant which came out of that eyelids, what they did, they boiled the leaves of that plant, of those plants, they put it into hot water and they drank it. And after that, what happened? Their sleep, as they were feeling sleepy while meditation, now it was gone. Tea was first drunk in China, Rajveer added, as far as back 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. So then he continues to give different information about tea, and he says that for the first time tea was drunk in China as far as in 2700 BC, and after that from there it went to Europe, and earlier during 16th century it was drunk as a medicine, not as a beverage. And he said that the word chai and chini, these words has been derived from Chinese word only. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. So now they have reached their destination, which is Mariani Junction. They collected their luggage and they came out of the platform. Pranjal parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving toward Dhekiabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dhekiabari tea estates. On both sides of gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to same length. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo basket on their back wearing plastic apron were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. So now both of them, Pranjal and Rajbir, they have got off from the train and they have went out of the station. His father, Pranjal's father, was waiting there on the station, and now after an hour they were from the station, they were to drive. They had to go to Dhakiabari tea estate where the father of Pranjal was working as a manager. So this boy Rajbir, he saw while going to Dhakiabari, he saw that beside the road, he was able to see on the both side of road that there was tea plantation was going on, and as far as he could see, he was able to see only tea bushes. He was able to see the group of tea pluckers with bamboo basket on their back. They were wearing plastic aprons and they were plucking the newly sprouted leaves from the bushes of tea. Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajbir asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Barua, Rajbir admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. So, while they were driving to Dhakiabari tea estate, Rajbir saw that a tractor was fully loaded with tea leaves. It was perhaps leaving the tea estates and was going in the factory for further processing. At that time he asked to Mr. Barua, who is father of Pranjal, he asked him that perhaps it is second flush, it means it is second sprouting period. So the bushes of tea used to sprout twice in a year. So they have visited in the last one, that is, which used to last from May to July. And this season the leaves which is yielded, which is produced during this season, used to be the best one. It is regarded as the best one. So the leaves which used to come out during this period, that is from May to July, is regarded as the best yield tea. And when Mr. Barua came to hear about the information given by Rajbir, he said that, I think you have done a lot of homework before coming here. Then he said that, yes, I have done a lot. It means he have carried out a lot of research work, and he said that even I will learn here more about tea. So this is all about this chapter. So in this chapter we saw that Pranjal as well as Rajbir, both of them is visiting Both of them were living in a school in Delhi. They were classmates. They were studying in the same school. They were classmates, and now they are visiting to Assam, which is the largest producer of tea. Thank you.